the opportunity of a lifetime to play in the RLCS, and the first stepping stone to get there, get into the Rival Series. That's what these two teams are going to be vying for here today. One of 6 matches that will send somebody into Season 3 of the Rival Series. I'm Stax, joined by Corelli. We have a 3 versus 6 matchup here, so mostly chalk on this side of the bracket going into this play-in matchup.
Yeah, and you talk about the history with Manhattan. This is a redemption season for Manhattan. They went into the Rival Series last season. It was a horrible season for them, 2-5. So for them to have a qualifying match once again, they got to be feeling good, but it's time to take care of business right now.
Taking care of business, that's really going to be the theme for all of these players that we're going to see all day long. Really, for Manhattan, you mentioned getting back into the Rival Series. We'll see if they can make up for what was a lackluster first go-round as we are into game number 1. Our first of many games and almost the first goal as Ajax had his shot blocked away. It's a barrage of shots, 9 seconds in, and Manhattan are off and running.
When you talk about a team that wants to get back into the Rival Series, this is how you start it off. A double commit coming out here from the PEEPS. It's an open shot for Malekis. He puts it away in the first 9 seconds, and he sets the tone for the series.
So now the task for the PEEPS, 9 seconds in. What do they have for an answer? Will they let this snowball on them, or will they answer back quickly? Pirates shot blocked away by Malekis. And here we go, Manhattan with another counterattack. See how long this one lasts. Timon getting bumped away from the ball there. Critical play in the corner just off the ball. Allows Gyro to send this away. And we'll see now if the PEEPS can get a counterattack of their own, or if they will succumb to even more pressure from Manhattan. Another ball coming in from Ajax. Pirates maybe didn't get all of it, but he did throw it off to the corner, and more importantly, to his teammate in Arsenal, not just blindly throwing the ball downfield. Here's Pirates, was looking to kick that out towards Gyro. This will get in front, but Timon there for the clear.
It's important to remember that, like we were said on the Dets, PEEPS do have a positive record against Manhattan, 7-4. So for PEEPS, they feel confident in this matchup. They know they can beat this team. They've done it once before.
Gyro not going to have this one coming off the post. They knew it was wide, but it kicked just out of his reach. Now Pirates for Arsenal, and right now PEEPS looking just a little bit lost out there. Not sure they exactly know where each pass is going.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, it's the first game on stream, and for a lot of these guys, it's their first time trying to get into the Rival Series at this caliber, being on stream and having this qualification match. So you got to wonder, do nerves come out right now? A lot of stuff going through these guys' head.
Game is, 50% half mental for these players, and for Manhattan, of course, they just played. They win a 5-game series to get into this. The PEEPS, they had a bit of a wait. They were into the play-in round very quickly. They've had to sit and wait. Pirates should have this, but he gets taken out by Malekis, and Ajax will scramble back for the save.
And after that early score here by Manhattan, the game has definitely slowed down quite a bit. Nobody double committing for anything or moving too quickly down the field. Players playing very safe right now.
Ajax to the backboard, looking for Timon, and the connection is still there for Manhattan.
And they just let Timon come across in front of the box here with no one able to pressure. You see Arsenal, his back is facing, he's facing his own net with the back towards the ball. He can't do anything about it, and Timon takes advantage of the space, and he puts away the shot.
We talk about pressure. It's going to be a constant theme. Pressure on the field and pressure upstairs mentally for all of these players. The winner of this match has all their work done. They will have made it into the Rival Series. Loser has a lot of work to do down in the lower bracket. Timon giving way to Malekis. That shot blocked away. Rebound is going to be wide as well. And everybody just falling over each other, trying to get on the ball. Timon shot far down and in, might have got some help.
And it's just constant pressure right now for Manhattan. You see Pirates actually get spun out. He was trying to get to challenge that ball. He couldn't. Timon puts it off the back wall and he puts it away. A 3-goal lead now opens up for Manhattan.
It is getting out of reach right now for the PEEPS, so they've got less than half a game to work with here. It's Malekis looking to add to the scoreline, and Arsenal just there for the save. But it has been all Manhattan so far. PEEPS will finally get on the board It's explosive Gyro scoring first.
It's a great play here from the Peeps, and this is what we want to see more from. This is their breakout year for these guys. They have been grinding for so long, and for Peeps to put away a shot like that, to get the play going, to kind of get that creative juice flowing, that's what Peeps need. They need to get back into this game. Scoring a goal back here is huge for them.
Let's see what they do on the kickoff. We've seen some teams, especially at this level, they will chain some of those goals together. You get another favorable kickoff, get another scoring opportunity, but Malakis will sky this one up there. And now Pirates, big clear downfield. Gyro there, able to get one in front, but it caught a deflection, it looked like. So Arsenal just has to stop the counterattack from coming the other way. Good aggressive challenge there by, looked like Arsenal. That's kicked in front by Gyro, but Arsenal not able to turn around quick enough. More of an opportunity of attack of opportunity than anything else. Gyro now, that's a double commit, and Arsenal left to pick up the pieces, and he didn't have to do a whole lot. He just had to hope and pray, and sure enough, Manhattan are left off the scoreboard.
Yeah, he got bailed out there. Timon rings one off the back wall there, not on target when he had time and space to do so. Peeps get bailed out there by a poor shot.
And Gyro scrambling all the way back, just able to make the save. Doesn't have a lot of boost to work with, but Arsenal will sky this one away. Gyro can collect. And now Ajax will just try to play this back the other way, try to kill some time on behalf of Manhattan. They don't need any more goals, they just need possession like this, while the Peeps need to get working downfield quickly.
And there's still time for Peeps here with 30 seconds left. It's more than doable to score 2 goals here, but they gotta move down the field, and they can't have missed touches off the back wall.
You don't have to play perfect to make it into the rival series, but there are some mistakes you cannot afford. And here, while they're trying to chase the game, a miss on the backboard, easy goal there for Timon, and Manhattan look like they are secured game 1.
And after I just made the point about being down by 2 goals in 30 seconds, now it's 3 goals, and it's just that much higher to climb for them. Again, not impossible, but unlikely here for the Peeps.
Ajax with Malakis just lurking in front of the blue goal. It'll be Gyro just to throw it around to the corner, and maybe the Peeps can get any kind of team play going, any kind of positive vibes going into game 2, as this one is well out of reach for them, and there's the dagger in game 1 from Ajax.
Yeah, definitely the dagger here for Manhattan, and this was a clinical game for Manhattan. Not only were they getting all 3 of their players involved, they were scoring, they had high offense the entire time, and more importantly, they prevented goals from the Peeps.
5 shots apiece from all 3 members of Manhattan. It has been absolutely dominant in game number 1. And now, of course, the task for the Peeps, got to win 3 of the next 4 games, otherwise they will go down to the lower bracket and Manhattan will have secured a spot in the rival series.
And you know what, Stacks? Okay, you know what? The Peeps, they lose their first game here in this series, but for me, if I'm on the Peeps, I got to be thinking, all right, hey, let's calm down here, all right? This is a big game for us. We know we're on stream. We know this is a qualification match for the biggest tournament that we've ever been a part of. We got the first game out of the way. Wasn't the prettiest game, but the Peeps can play much better than they showed here against Manhattan, and I have a feeling that they're going to make this a series.
We have seen it all throughout this tournament, too. A lot of these matches, a team will win 2-1, then you'll see like an 8-1 game out of nowhere, and then you see close games the rest of the series. That could be the case here in this series, of course. A blowout in game 1 means really absolutely nothing at this level.
And you have to remember, this is the same Manhattan team that had a negative 23 differential in the rival series last season. So these guys, they gave up goals last time. Peeps have to take advantage of that.
Absolutely, and of course, we talked about those missed opportunities for the Peeps. Can't afford to keep leaving those goals on the table. They have to cash in sooner rather than later. You get a fresh start, though, here in game 2. That's going to be invaluable for them.
And it's not even not capitalizing on things when they should, but it's also having defensive mishaps on their back wall. Obviously, the one where Pirates wasn't able to get to the ball there, that was a bad play from him. That can't be happening. When you're on your biggest stage ever, you can't make mistakes like that.
And so game 2 about to get underway here on Urban Central. Peeps and Manhattan, again, a 3-6 matchup in the upper bracket. The winner goes on to the rival series, and the loser has to drop down, and they'll have to win 2 matches. That's even different from previous seasons. Sometimes you have a little less work to do, dropping down the lower bracket. It's a longer road than usual to get back in with all 6 spots available now in the rival series. This shot from Timon's going to be popped up by Arsenal. Another one brought back in and nobody home. Ajax kind of scores a cheeky goal to start things off.
And again, you start to question the defense from the Peeps here. Arsenal popped it off his back wall, but he didn't even jump at that ball when Ajax went to challenge, and it just goes right to the back of the net. There's no challenge from the Peeps. And again, an early goal comes out here from Manhattan, starting things off strong once again in game number 2.
So moving forward now, the first 30 seconds have belonged to Manhattan, just the way the entire 5 minutes really belonged to them in game 1. Ajax kicks that off the side towards Timon. That's a clever play defensively. Again, not just throwing the ball downfield, but recognizing where his teammates are and hitting them. That's where that chemistry comes in from the entire past season of Rival Series. Gyro, though, big challenge. Has Malakis in trouble, and Gyro's shot. He scored the only goal in game 1. He's got him tied here in game 2.
And this is what we're talking about. They need to score when they have the advantage downfield. In a missed touch off the back wall, it comes into Gyro's lap, and he's able to put it away, tying up the game. And this is so huge for the Peeps. Last game got away from them once they gave up the first goal.
Quick answer from the Peeps. They are the underdog in the bracket, in every sense of the word, as Gyro will have another big clear downfield. Needs some boost, though, and he is not going to find any. So he'll have to scramble back along with the rest of his team, with Ajax bearing down on them. Timon now to center. Coming from the ceiling. Malakis is there, and so too is Pirates. And now it's Ajax who has to rush back. He doesn't have any boost to work with at all, and Arsenal not able to get around on a shot. Skied up again. Gyro trying to play table setter, but really he's been the goal scorer. He doesn't get an assist here, but he did just enough for Pirates.
And the ball just kind of sitting in the orange half here. Malakis didn't deal with this very well. You see him coming off the back wall, doesn't even make contact, and Pirates able to sneak in there and score a second goal from the Peeps, now having their first lead of this series.
A huge mental roadblock overcome by the Peeps. And now they've got to hold on for 3.5 minutes. You have to imagine the way this Manhattan team was scoring in game 1, 2 goals isn't going to cut it. They're going to need more. As Arsenal beaten out by Timon here. Ball does go back the other way. Arsenal had no chance at that ball. Probably should have been on his way back, and Pirates there at least to clean up the mess. Big demo from Timon, not able to get the shot going backwards towards the goal. Arsenal now, is he going to look for Gyro? He is, and Gyro met there by Ajax. Quality defending from Manhattan, keeping it just a 1-goal deficit. Oh, Ajax missed there. Demo by Arsenal. Power play opportunity for the Peeps. And they don't capitalize just yet. Timon should have this way. No, he got bumped by Pirates. Malakis has to come up. 1v1 between Arsenal and Ajax proactive defense up there, able to stop that from coming cleanly off the backboard.
And you can already see from the Peeps, they have a lot more control in this game, especially in the midfield. You see these long clears that they're able to follow up. And for the Manhattan side, they're not dealing with them very well. You just saw right there, Malakis bringing the ball down and not able to get it out on his first touch. Peeps doing a good job locking in Manhattan right now.
Pirates up the ladder for this. Malakis read it well. And this will jump down to the corner for Ajax to just throw all the way downfield and buy his teammates valuable time to get reset, restocked on boost. And now they can try again with 2 minutes left. Still trailing in game 2. Malakis in the general direction of Ajax, but Pirates up there way ahead of time. Did not get the touch he was looking for. He's given possession back to Malakis. Another center ball. The spacing for Manhattan, a little reminiscent of the Peeps in that first game. Maybe a little bit of hero ball coming out.
Yeah, and you're starting to see a couple more double commits coming out from Manhattan. They're kind of creeping up on him a little bit. And what happens when you do that is you give up so much space in the midfield that Peeps are able to break free over and over again.
Very patient defending there by Gyro. There are very few players, I think, in this whole play-in bracket that are as excited for this opportunity as explosive Gyro is, as he makes another critical save. He's been outstanding on both sides of the ball. Came relatively close last season. Not able to cross that threshold, however. But he's got another goal here on a dunk and a 3-1 lead for the Peeps.
Yeah, and this is a great dunk here by Gyro, and Arsenal just comes through and kind of pushes everyone out of the way. You see Ajax going flying there. Great 50-50 challenge by Gyro. The ball was on the right side of Malakis there, and he was able to slam it home.
Yeah, you might think a player that's amped up as much as Gyro must be for this series would be susceptible to maybe falling for fakes, but we've seen Manhattan, they've tried to dribble him a couple of times. He is not biting on anything. Great pass to Pirates, and Pirates just happens to fall on that ball. That throws off the Manhattan defense just enough, who really find themselves behind the 8 ball now, down to 40 seconds, down 2 goals. Teamon gonna set up Ajax, and they're right back in it.
I was about to sing the same story I said last game when Peeps were down 3-1 here, but Manhattan changing the script now, and it's Teamon over to Ajax on the left side of the goal there. Great angled shot from him, and he keeps his team in it with 37 seconds left.
Critical kickoff here. And Teamon will have it go right behind him, but that's basically a win for Manhattan as Malakis' shot. He's sent away. More possession at least for Manhattan. They need this ball going towards the net. Ajax, quick read. That's on target. And no, it's just off the crossbar. Looked like he had sniped the corner, but now Arsenal will just waste a bunch of time. That's going to be a good 10 seconds coming off the clock that Manhattan really needs. That's going to be off the crossbar. Another opportunity by Manhattan, gone by the wayside. Big clear from Arsenal, and that will do it. This series is tied.
And like I said, I don't want to brag about being right, Stacks, but Peeps, they bounce back, and I knew from that first game, Peeps, that was not the game that they expected. A 4-5-1 scoreline, whatever it was, that's not what the Peeps are about here. They come back, and they fight a hard game 2 here in Manhattan. They didn't let this one go, and I think that Peeps, it was much more organized this time around than it was in game number 1.
Yeah, that's one of the 4 certainties in life. Death, taxes, Corelli being right, and Corelli reminding you that he was right. It happened all of last season. Good to see you're in mid-season form yet again, as really Manhattan and the Peeps looking like an outstanding matchup here to start things off here in our rival series play. And again, 6 spots available. The first spot going to one of these 2 teams, and they have put on a show so far.
Yeah, and for Manhattan now they find themselves on the losing end of a game here, and it was a closer game than game number 1. They weren't able just to bowl over the Peeps, but for Manhattan, it really wasn't that bad of a game. And I'd like to see Malakis get a little bit more involved. You know, he was on defense a couple times, or the last man back a lot more than I would have liked. Getting all 3 of your players is getting them involved is so important here, and I didn't see that from Manhattan, something that we kind of praised them for in the last game.
And you wonder now if Manhattan will kind of key in on Gyro, because he has been outstanding for the Peeps. If he had to take an MVP or a Player of the Week candidate so far, he'd be right at the top of the list with it, how well he has played and how important he has been to what the Peeps are trying to accomplish here.
Yeah, and Gyro has really been picking up the slack. There's been a couple suspect times from Arsenal and Pirates, double committing, miscommunication coming out from those guys. Keep an eye on that.
Malakis with the first opportunity of a tie-breaking 3rd game. Again, pivotal game in a best-of-5 to send somebody into the rival series. Ajax through the smoke to clear this away. Now Malakis got to climb the ladder quickly with Arsenal bearing down on him, and he has. Teamon shot is on, and Pirates there with a good read. Now Pirates, little drop-down pass for Arsenal. Gyro starting to sneak up just a little bit, and Teamon there to make sure he doesn't get a touch. Good ball from the corner, came out a little too quick. Nobody's home. Ajax got to get back quickly, and Teamon's the one who does make the save. The play just not developing quickly enough for the Peeps.
And look how much time Peeps had there in the midfield. Arsenal kind of gave the ball away, but Ajax finding himself on low boost too often right now. Peeps could have taken advantage right there.
Teamon looking to take advantage here. 2 shots off the crossbar. 3rd time not the charm as Ajax is denied by Arsenal. So we talked about Gyro all of last game. Arsenal's been the defensive rock so far for the Peeps in this 3rd game. Now Arsenal gonna wait for this one from Ajax. It will bounce out and away. And Malakis' shot. Teamon hanging around near the net. A double commit out of necessity for the Peeps as they are just hanging on for dear life, looking for that big clear that will let them work downfield. Ajax is up, so too is Gyro, and that was exactly what the Peeps needed. Gyro not able to get another touch.
And one of the things that we've always said Manhattan was so good of last season, and we're seeing it here again, is breaking down defenses. And you saw the defensive Peeps in that last minute or so really start to fall apart there. Manhattan just not able to capitalize.
Another shot in here. That's going to be cleaned up just at the corner by Timon, and Manhattan score first.
And again, it comes off of a missed touch off the back wall there from Gyro. And the Peeps, it's the second time I've seen it where it's led straight to a goal for them, and it's just not good Rocket League, letting a ball come off your back wall right now.
You wonder whose team the crossbar is actually on, because it's stopped plenty of shots from Manhattan, but there it served as a nice little carom to set up that goal. This one kicks right to Timon, but he couldn't get around on a shot. So now Gyro will have this out towards Pirates, taking his time, and he missed with just about 90% of the net to shoot at, and he missed it all. Another opportunity, that's cleaned up by Timon. Now he can score on an empty net. And you talk about missed opportunities, that really is a 2-goal swing for Manhattan.
Yeah, and it all started with Pirate's shot, not putting that one on target, and it was an easy goal for him. He had a lot to choose from there, and then the counterattack coming out from Manhattan leads to a second goal for him before halftime.
Of course, Pirates and Ajax, we've seen these players quite a bit in the community scene. They've been a great twos tandem for a while. Must be really nice for them being able to compete against each other with, of course, the ultimate prize in this tournament on the line. Another demo that time. Ajax taking out Arsenal, and the lead continues to grow for Manhattan.
And it's a beautiful goal here. The demo comes out, and Malicus able to just put this one on target. Pirates is in the back of his net. Gyro, I think he's kind of blinded right there, wasn't able to see the ball, and it's a 3-goal lead now growing for Manhattan. On the other side, Peeps, they need to start responding or at least stop the bleeding.
They need a shot on goal is what they need more than anything right now. They have been outshot 10-0 here in game 3. That'll count as a shot, and it is blocked away by Ajax. Got a bump on Malicus. That may disrupt the rotations unless Ajax gets a big power clear all the way downfield. Now Gyro. He's going to drop this down for Pirates, trying to play that slow possession game. They're not panicking down 3 goals. 2 minutes is, I guess at the same time, it's a lot of time in Rocket League, but it starts to really dry up very quickly when you start to look at that timer. Now it's down to, a minute 40, then a minute 30. You're like, okay, now it's really starting to creep up on you, that 0-second mark. Gyro to sky one in here, and Malicus has another simple clear. Now down to that 90-second mark for Manhattan to try and get anything, or rather for the Peeps to try to get anything going. Manhattan just content to play keep away right now. They don't need any other offensive pressure at all. They could just sit on this.
Yeah, and it's kind of a strange difference here between the first half and the second half of the game here. Peeps were all over Manhattan. While they didn't put a shot on net, apparently, they were all over Manhattan. And then all of a sudden, Manhattan, they get a couple goals, and maybe a fourth one here as they put it away. Manhattan just taking over the game now. You
wonder if maybe they're starting to just pout a little bit here in this third game, realizing, we're already really up against it. They get any kind of offensive pressure to Manhattan, and the Peeps they kind of crumble under that pressure, maybe looking forward to getting to game 4 as quickly as possible. So I would wonder if you're Manhattan, you just run it up now and try to extend this as long as you can. Get 6 or 7 goals. The other side of that, of course, you could develop some pretty bad habits against a team that maybe isn't giving it their all at this point, with the game just about out of reach. That one's going to be skied in front, though, and Ajax has this one away in the direction of Pirates. Not teammates anymore. Arsenal. Decent pressure here from the Peeps, but again, perhaps just too little too late, and another big clear downfield has Arsenal left to deal with Ajax. So when the dust settles here, these final 15 seconds tick off the clock. See if Timon can add to the scoreline. Oh, Gyro.
Well, what a shot.
He is determined to score a goal in every game, and he has here as well.
And it was a beautiful one here for Gyro, but Timon just popping that one up. It's an own goal coming out from Gyro. You can put that one on the stats sheet. 5-0, for Manhattan now. And yeah, Manhattan definitely going up 2-1 in this series. Peeps, the latter half of this game just seemed to kind of fall out for them.
And that will probably go down as the only shot, in air quotes, that Gyro gets in this game. He is left completely blanked on the scoreboard for the Peeps, as Manhattan are now 1 win away from being the first team to qualify out of this play-in for the rival series.
And you got to think, if I'm on Manhattan, you got to be feeling good. You've gotten to this point now. You're in the qualifying match. You're one game away. We've been here before. They've been here before. They can do it again. They can show us that they deserve another spot in the rival series. On the other side for PEEPS, I want to see the same pressure, the same intensity that we saw in the first half of the second game there, where they were kind of all over. And again, I kind of mentioned they didn't put a shot on target, but for the PEEPS, that was great Rocket League. They were putting pressure on Manhattan, and when you do that to a team that likes to use players out of the back, playing through each other, onto clears and onto offense, it breaks them down completely, and they're left hopeless.
Yeah, and of course for the PEEPS, really for both of these teams, the first half of each game really has been the key. That's when all the goals really have been scored, except the, I guess you could call them the garbage time goals, the goals where you're just putting the finishing touches on a blowout win. In the case of Manhattan, 2 dominant wins, but they did let their foot off the gas, and the PEEPS took advantage in Game 2. They need to do it again. They need to win 2, otherwise they go down to the lower bracket.
And then you talk about the PEEPS and not having an offense for last game. Gyro wasn't involved at all. You mentioned at the end of the game not having a shot, and I mean, he just didn't do anything aside from his beautiful own goal. I will say that. It was great. But for Gyro, he has been that kind of offensive force we saw in the first game especially, and we just didn't see it there.
So it is a must-win 4th game to even force Game 5 for the PEEPS. Manhattan, 5 minutes away from a repeat performance in the rival series. And this will start with Manhattan being challenged. It is Gyro to sky one up, the Arsenal all the way back, having to rotate out. You wonder which team is going to be more willing to take any risks here. It seems like the PEEPS are playing very passive right now, not wanting to make any mistakes. But Pirates has to go way up here off the back wall to send this away, and he's missed that out of the corner. More opportunities for Manhattan, though everybody misses, and Pirates will just kill that off Ajax.
Yeah, and it's something I've noticed about the PEEPS is when they have a bunch of time and space and they're able to get the ball uncontested, they don't know what to do with it. It's like they don't know how to play without having pressure on them.
Malakis landing well on the wall there, but not able to keep possession. And it's the Gyro and Pirates show, and that's just off the post. It was looking for Gyro. He didn't make contact. If he got even just a tire on that ball, he might have been able to steer it just inside the post, but instead it goes back towards the blue goal, and Arsenal will have to clear it away for a reset.
But
and he has.
Those are the types of plays here for the PEEPS that I want to see go. Find Pirates down the field. Use him as your cherry pick man and play it off of him. Use a give and go. I don't care. Get him involved. Get this team going, because right now, backs are against the wall here for PEEPS.
Gyro gonna have one teed up for him, and he scores on an empty net as Manhattan fell asleep on the defensive end.
Well, I just mentioned it. If you want a guy to get going on your team, it's Gyro, and he's putting away a shot here finally for his team. It's the first goal of this game, and for PEEPS, that's a great way to start.
He has been the most valuable PEEPS so far. A 1-0 lead, 90 seconds in. Again to a must-win 4th game for the PEEPS. Gyro's not gonna have this. Team on way up ahead of him. And Ajax all the way back. He's gonna love Arsenal for this ball. He's just giving it away to him. And now a big clear from Gyro to start it again for the PEEPS. Clever challenge there at midfield from Gyro as well. Keeps that from going back to the blue zone, at least as quickly as Manhattan would have liked. Skied up by Malakis. Ajax is there, so is Arsenal. Hey, the defense for the PEEPS, even though they've given up 5 goals on 2 different occasions, the defense, when their heads are actually in the game, really feels like it's rival series worthy. They just need to be able to convert it into offense on the other end.
Yeah, and right now they do have a 1-goal lead, so it's time to play safe. Don't force an issue. You know that Manhattan is going to make a mistake, and that's when you strike, but don't force plays down the field. You have the lead, and again, if you lose one more game, you're done. So you have to take a little bit of caution when moving down the field.
You also know that Manhattan's going to make a run, and they could at any point. Everybody's up here. Somebody's got to scramble back as Pirates misses. It's going to be Gyro to the corner for boost. Have they given Ajax too much space? They have not. Malakis now, tough angle. Timon coming in, and he's blocked away by Pirates. Pirates putting in a lot of work on the defensive end, only credited with 1 save there, but it looked like a rebound went off him as well. Now Ajax gonna slow play this. He's bumped away from the ball. Timon comes up empty. and Malachus will have to clean up the mess, making sure there's no counterattack. Good ball in front for Timon, and Gyro comes in out of nowhere. He's done it on both sides of the field, and he's come through again. This shot's going to be blocked away by Malachus, and that keeps Manhattan in this game, but boy, did they have a golden opportunity.
They had opportunities, but the defense stands strong here for the PEEPS, but you don't want that to happen. When Manhattan gets going on your side of the field, they will break you down, and Gyro bails out his team for now.
Gyro misses there, though. He is human after all. Pirates can only sky this up. Here's Ajax to tie the game.
And that's how you do it for Manhattan, tying up this game late into game. This is what you want. Ajax uncontested aerial in front of the net. Last defender couldn't do anything about it, and he's able to put it away, all tied up now.
All that work that the PEEPS have done to try and force Game 5 has been undone by that goal from Ajax. Now they get to start anew. Only one back for Manhattan. Timon waiting as well. And it's going to be Ajax just falling on that boost. Very fortunate for Manhattan as Gyro keeps this in. Booming clear from Ajax, who's really been at the center of almost every play for Manhattan in this series. Very much like Gyro for the PEEPS. Mistakes, of course, getting magnified at this point. 35 seconds remain. Manhattan looking to punch their ticket into the rival series. Gyro should have this, but Timon going above the ball, not trying to make first contact, but win the challenge. This is dangerous for the PEEPS, and Malachus can only dump it to the corner.
And PEEPS have been locked in their half for quite a while now. They need to break free like they are now. Maybe put one more away. It's a double commit out of Manhattan. Not able to put it away in PEEPS.
Oh, Ajax, right place, right time, and he happened to find a save. 3 seconds remain before we head to overtime, and that is not where we're headed just yet. It looked like the PEEPS were willing to just let that touch the ground, and now it finally will. It could be golden goal to send Manhattan through.
And if you're the PEEPS, this is... adrenaline is starting to pump here. You're in overtime. One goal keeps you alive here in your qualification match. And they would love to do it here instead of going down to the loser's bracket.
Wouldn't have it any other way to start a 6-match day here in the play-ins. Game 4 going to overtime as Arsenal a little too slow for this. Timon missing again. It's an opportunity. They have numbers the other way. The shot too high from Pirates, but look at all 3 cars there for Manhattan. They're all in the same place at the same time. Clever touch there looking for Pirates. More possession for PEEPS, but it hasn't been enough. They haven't got that quality opportunity just yet. Another stall there by Arsenal just to kill that ball, not let it go downfield. Finally, it's cleared. Arsenal's got to get there. What a redirect from Timon, and Manhattan will go back to the rival series.
And they've done it. Manhattan back-to-back seasons. They're going back to the rival series. Congratulations to them in a tough series against the PEEPS. Of course, for the PEEPS, they're not out of it. They go down to the losers bracket. They have a second chance, but Manhattan proving us that they can come back in a season